What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for The Crow. This is the 2024 remake. I just reviewed the 30th anniversary for the original film on the channel within the last week. A film that I didn't necessarily like all that much, but I can respect why it's become a cult classic. And if you want more of my thoughts on that movie, that review's up on the channel now. But that film is Schindler's List compared to this film. Bill Skarsgård takes on the role of Eric, and not Eric Draven, just Eric, because I feel like if they named him Eric Draven in this film, there would be an uproar from the audience because it's not the same character. It is a guy named Eric who is going through a similar situation that Eric Draven did, Brandon Lee's character in the original film. This movie is called The Crow, and it has similarities of the original Crow, but do not be mistaken, this is not a remake. This is an entirely new thing. It's a revenge tale, but they take it in a direction that's extremely supernatural. The thing I think that I did like about that original movie is it gets down to the point really quickly. Within the first 5 minutes, the couple's killed and he's resurrected by the Crow, and it's a revenge tale from beginning to end. And I think that's what that movie is, and it's not trying to be anything else. This movie's trying to be so many things. It's trying to be a romance film that doesn't work. Bill Skarsgård, I think he was miscast in the film. I don't think he's very good in the movie. I think he's getting a paycheck, but he just doesn't feel like he's right for the role. And TK Twigs, if that's her name, she is the love interest. She's Shelley, who I feel like the two don't have great chemistry at all. Didn't buy them for a second, having a romantic interest in each other. And in that original film, you get flashbacks of their relationship throughout. So it's not like the movie was building itself on that relationship. It was more building itself on the revenge story. This one is building itself on the relationship, not so much the revenge story. You get a lot in the first half of the movie with the two of them, and the way that you meet the characters. I mean, the way you meet her and what she's dealing with and what she's involved with is just really strange. And how we meet him is just extremely uninteresting. And I just couldn't find myself caring about either character. And I thought this movie was boring. I thought that it was dull. Now, I'm not too sure why they went ahead and even greenlit this, because the screenplay is Razzie worthy. I could see the film getting nominated for a bunch of Razzies. I think the visual effects are terrible. The CGI crows in the movie just don't look good. They look bad. And a lot of other CGI in the movie look bad. A lot of X-Men CGI in the film that just looks a little off. And I think the third act of the film, when you do get into the revenge plot of it, the movie gets extremely violent out of nowhere. And I just feel like they cooked the violence and the gore just because they could. And I feel like the movie has just no style to it. It just tried to pick up a bunch of trends, and just none of them hit. They all missed. And this movie is a complete miss. I think this is a terrible film that I just absolutely hated watching. After the opening credit sequence, which I thought was just really bizarre, I wanted to turn it off, but I didn't. Halfway through, I was an hour into it, and I said, oh my God, I got about 30 to 40 minutes left of this. I mean, this was a terrible film, and I would rewatch that original movie any day over this. At least it had style. Even though that movie I feel like was style over substance, it had style. This movie doesn't have style. It doesn't have substance. It has people cashing a paycheck. And I guess that's good for them, but it's not good for me, because this was 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back. And I think this is the worst movie of the year. Yeah, I think I've seen some doozies this year, but this one I just feel like is the worst, and it's a goose egg. Yeah, I'm not giving this movie a half a star. I'm not giving it a single star. I'm giving it 0. This movie is atrocious, and I can see why it only made like $4 million opening weekend. It bombed at the box office, and it just bombed in my living room. So that's my thoughts on the remake of The Crow, guys. Comment down below. Did you see this? What's your thoughts on it? Did you see the original? Leave your thoughts down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, I've got an early review coming for Transformers 1, so definitely come on back and check that out. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72, and Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for The Crow, And until next time, over and out.